would approach you defensively? Do you think much of the same? Or do you think different?
Uh, I mean, yeah, we definitely expect him to play a little bit of, two, a little bit of too high, a little help over the top. Uh, but we think that they'll get a couple single safety looks, and hopefully we'll get man. We see that every week, but teams just have different tendencies on film, and then when we go out on the field, then they play us totally different. So we expect a couple different coverages, but for the most part we feel like they're gonna try to match of what everybody else has been playing.
Jalen Johnson has, I think, talked this week about how excited he is to face you because you guys have missed each other because of injuries a couple of times. What have your thoughts been on him and just facing him if you see him one-on-one this week?
Yeah, he's a good corner. He's definitely a guy that you got to bring your game against. But just like you said, we haven't really had a chance to really see go up against each other since I think my second year, his rookie year. So it'll be good to go up against him, but I'm really not too focused on that. More focused on about just our play offensively. There hasn't been a game where we just came together as a whole offensively. So every week we're just trying to inch our way closer to that perfection.
Justin, how do you do that without pressing? If you're trying to get to that perfect game as an offense together.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. With this game of football, there's a lot of different things that go in towards this game. A lot of stuff can happen, or especially on offense. If one person, mess up or don't do their job, the whole play is messed up. Just on defense, it's a little bit differently. So that's the thing about offense. All 11 just got to come together every single play, which is difficult. But we feel like the guys that are in this building are capable of doing so.
When it comes to Sam, the way he's bounced back when he's had a tough game, or even just an interception, then come back the next drive, I guess what have you made of his mentality and the way that he's able to kind of put things in the past?
I feel like just the adversity he has been going through his whole career kind of helped him just kind of not worry about the adversity that he's going through throughout that game, and also he has teammates on his side to help him through those difficult times. Everything is not going to be perfect. Sam is not going to be perfect all the time, and we're not expecting him to be. It's just on us as a team, as brothers, to pick him up whenever he is not having a so good possession or a so good drive. We just got to pick him up in that side of things and bounce back right away.
Going back to the film and seeing him kind of duck and move the way he did a couple of times in that game at the pocket.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Yeah, it was very impressive. Very impressive to extend the play and having that pressure in his face, and not just giving up on a play and just kind of extending it, and even getting some first downs off of those plays, which is big. Some things just doesn't go your way right away, and you just need to just scramble around and make a play happen. Sometimes that is the case that needs to happen. So he has been doing a great job. I feel like the whole season of doing that and the play downfield.
That you get, like, is there anyone that you've talked to in terms of how to beat that stuff, beside like who's faced it before, guys who have faced it before that you've talked
to? Not really, honestly. I'm being serious. Not really. I don't really feel like no one else has been playing, been getting played like how I've been getting played. So I mean, it's just really just looking at the film and just seeing, just different positions and different concepts that I can do to get me open and to try to get me on a one-on-one matchup. But it's difficult. It's tough, and not a lot of people see it, unless you see it on film. But that just leaves room for my other teammates to get open and to make plays downfield. So. It is what it is. It's just something that I have to deal with every single week. But that's never an excuse that I will use. I always will try to, make plays and of course, get over that 100-yard marker. But it is what it is.
Justin, in the range of your goals, short term and long term, how big of a deal is it to lead the league in receiving yards if it comes to that? Right now,
I feel like. Yeah, I feel like every receiver, especially if they're performing at a high pace, I feel like every receiver wants to be leading in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receiving catches. So I mean, it's not something that we're going out and trying to strive for every single week, but just being a top receiver in this league, and of course I know I'm gonna get targeted throughout the game, and I know my opportunities are going to come. It's just all about making the most of those opportunities, and even after the catch, getting yards after the catch, making plays in that aspect. So I mean, everybody wants to be the number one receiver in this league, and I feel like, especially nowadays with the stats and the numbers, that clarifies who's the number one. So I mean, I would say that number one.
Just with all that extra coverage, what's been your kind of impression of how the coaches have keep trying to not just keep the offense moving, but still getting you the ball, even however creative they have to be?
We definitely have to get creative at times, but I feel like we're just kind of more surprised to seeing the different coverages that we're getting. And just seeing like how a whole team just plays one way and plays totally different when we are out there on that field. So it's kind of crazy to see, but that's just something that we have to deal with. But we feel like we have a lot of weapons on this team, and guys to get open and guys to make plays downfield. So it's just every week we're just trying to find that perfection and just making sure that, one, we don't turn the ball over, and two is just extending those drives and just not getting out on those third downs, and which are big, and just coming up with points. That's the main thing.
Does that fool you even more, seeing how teams are kind of scheming to kind of just smother you? Like, you take that personally. Like, what have you learned from yourself this year in seeing that?
It's definitely a respect thing. Teams respect that, I can make a play at any time versus whoever, which is lovely. But, I mean, I want to go up against those single coverages. I want to go up, have my opportunities to catch a deep pass downfield, just one-on-one coverage, like a lot of these other receivers get. That's on the top of their game also. So, it's definitely difficult going up against, an extra person or extra two people, but, it is what it is, and, just the concepts that we're drawing up and the ways that we're trying to get me open, it definitely helps.
How would you cover you?
I would do the same. I mean, I would do the same. It's either let everybody else go off or let Justin go off. I'm gonna let everybody else go off. That would be my game plan.